8 million or something. And it was just absolutely insane. Like I was just going and going and going and going, and yeah, everything was coming off.
Awesome. Must have been a great final as well. Obviously, Kev Allen won it. One of the nice guys on there around the tables.
Oh, yeah. Kev's a great guy. I love seeing him at every start.
And March 2014, we make another final table. This time in Manchester, 192 entries. You finished fourth to 15,000. But first three: Simon Dedman, Steve Warburton, and Rhys Jones. What a final four to start with. But as soon as you bust, they just decided to chop it up.
Yeah, I think that there was even. I think Karl Marenholtz and a couple of other good players were on that final table as well. Like pound for pound, at the time, it was the most insane GUKPT final table ever. Yeah, that was an incredible one. Simon Dedman was someone that I was really, really, really watching at this time as well. I really admired him, and I think. In my opinion, he's the most complete GUKPT player, the best GUKPT player ever, just because, well, yeah, I mean, his record would be right up there. And I just used to watch him and learn a lot from him. And his attention to detail and stuff was really, really good for me to sort of use him. Like he used to know what I was thinking before I was thinking it as well. Like I'd make a big bluff or something and I'd go to mock my cards and I could see him looking out of his corner of his eye and he'd have a little smile on his face and he'd go, you were bluffing there, weren't you, Richie? And he just knew every single time. He just knew, and I'd have to fake it sometimes and say, no, actually, I had that one time, like, because otherwise he'd just be able to read me. Like it was, his focus was absolutely in a different league to anybody else's.
Well, the following week, the form just continued because you went to Sheffield, played in the GPS, 400 entries, second. And this time you chopped it with James Parker and the one and only Mr. Ali Malou.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
what's it like playing against the Malou?
Oh, well, this final table was really, really difficult to navigate because Ali Malou was on my left, I believe, and he had all the chips. So anytime I'd raise a strong hand, like ace 10 suited or something, you just go, oh, I'm all in. Like I couldn't do anything, and it was horrible. And I think the stacks when we got to 300 to 3 left were something like Ali had 8 million, I had 1.3 million, and the other guy had 700,000. But it was getting late for Ali, and he was just like, yeah, I'll take this. I'm gonna get off home now. But special mention, probably he back in the day in the GUKPTs when I used to first following them around, like no matter where the festival was, he always used to win an event, and it would always be like he'd take first and the rest of the final table would chop. It was remarkable.
the only person I've ever heard who took more than first place prize money and the rest chopped it, apparently.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He used to have everybody strangled.
In 2014, it just continues for you. In May, you booked your best score so far in the UKIPT High Roller. It was a 3,000 entry, and you chopped it with Dave Shallow for 68,000. Did you play for the trophy, or did you just chop it then?
No. Well, the final table. Yeah, me and Dave ended up with all the chips heads up. And I'd never played with Dave before. I think I'd played with him a little bit online. But yeah, he had slightly more chips. And I just said, yeah, let's chop it, and you can take the trophy because you had slightly more chips, and we ended up getting an even chop. So it was a pretty good deal for me on him, I guess.
Yeah, we've been a 3K entry. There were only 101 runners. Was it yet again one of these events was just a tough field?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was less sort of recreational players in there, but I think the sort because I'm sort of used to battling with strong players online. Or at that time, especially like 2013, 2014, I was sort of, my game was sort of online poker at sort of high stakes MTT. So my game was designed to play against that sort of player. Like I used to struggle a lot against recreationals, exploiting those. But like at that point in time, though, that sort of suited me, the high roller circuit. So especially live. So in DTD, particularly in the high rollers over the years, I've actually got a really, really good record. So yeah, but yeah, the pound for pound, there was some great poker players in the field.
Yeah. September 2015, the closest you'd been so far to taking down a GUKPT main event when you finished third in Luton to the eventual winner, Mr. Will Davis.
Yeah, that
frustrating.
Very. Well, I say very. I came back from day one with not many chips, and then yeah, day two. Day two. Oh, it was the one where we finished day two where we weren't in the money, wasn't it? And I was overnight chip leader going into at the start of day three. So yeah, I was a little. I ended up going into the final table with the most chips, or one of the most chips, but I played a little bit cagey, to be honest. I was a bit disappointed in myself. I was being a little bit cautious, but yeah, I mean, third place is still pretty good.
Following the next GUKPT main event, November 2016, we went on to Blackpool, where you chopped it with. Now this was I think this was a chop where everybody watching the table thought, you know what, this could either go on for one hand or 17 hours. You chopped it with Middy and Tom Hall.
Wow, yeah, that was a pretty tough spot to be in three-handed in the GUKPT.
It was a great final. Can you remember much about it?
Yeah, I think it was a really, really good final. Actually, I think there's plenty of action and there's a good mix of characters. Yeah, I think Middy put me in a couple of horrible spots where I had to find the trigger against him early on as well. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it was tough though, three-handed, and we sort of came to a conclusion that we didn't really want to flip for thousands and thousands of pounds. And Tom was off to play another tournament. He had a flight the next day, and we sort of deduced that Middy's advantage of having the extra chips, we'd just give him the trophy. So yeah, I think we were all pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, I remember Jeff Kimber being fourth. It wasn't a bad final to be on, I tell you.
No, yeah, it was remarkably the year after. All four of us who finished in the final four made day three as well.
Yeah. But then you just decided, 2017, you thought, fed up with this winter weather, I'm off to Australia. What's obviously wasn't taken lightly to do that. Were you still playing online, and did you think you could just go out there and play online and have a bit of fun? Yeah.
So 2017. It's like 2017. I went to the Aussie Millions as I do every January. I just love it over there. They have. It's the height of summer over there in January, and they have the Australian Open tennis. I actually watched the Nadal against Federer final, and I was in Melbourne for the month of January, and then my friend had just split up with his girlfriend in Sydney, and she'd moved out, so I went to live with him for 2 or 3 months, and yeah, I was just grinding online, trying to sort of get myself prepared for the Millions Festival that was going to be at DTD in April time.
Back over in the spring of 2017, the Party Poker Weekly Leaderboard.
Yeah.
Now, it's not only did you get the free seats, you obviously did well in the tournament as well while you were playing online. What did you do with the seats that you'd won?
So basically, every week the top 10 players on the leaderboard for Party Poker got a £5,300 seat. So I was just going at it hammer and tongs. I was getting up, grind, like 16 hours a day. And yeah, I managed to come in the top 10 in the world 5 out of 6 weeks. I don't think I could ever do that again if I tried. It was a remarkable like sort of streak that I was on, but it was tough as well because to get the maximum points, these were the $100 tournaments. So it's the high leaderboard. So it's $100 tournaments, $200 tournaments, and $500 tournaments counted. And like the 500s, I was having to re-enter a couple of times. So you're looking at like $1,500 outlay just for one tournament. So yeah, it was pretty fortunate that obviously I did well as well off the tournaments. Had some of my greatest online scores. But yeah, they let me play the first one, the first £5,300 seat, and then they just gave me £20,000 in.
Let's go to slowly comes. I'm not going to do it
Let's go, poker fans! This is the night you've been waiting for. We are here in the Victoria Casino in London.
Final session of the day, guys. We have got a decent lineup coming in for the final 2 hours. In one's going to be Jamie Boovey, in 2 Yudhishthir Jaswell, in 3 is Danny Pike, 4 Ellie Dibb, 6 Matt Devonport, 7 is Mike, 8 Laurent Bocci, and in 9 is Georgios Onsiforu. 2 hours to go to make day 3 of the biggest GUKPT ever. All set and ready. Matt Davenport making another deep run. Final table with the high roller this week himself, so he's on a bit of form.
Let's go. Hey, he's fine soon, isn't he?
What have you just had on the break? I want what you've just said. You should have a Red Bull on the break. Where's this energy come from, Tower? It's been a long day, but we are nearly there and just about to
Can everyone have 10 minutes?
Go have 10, Tower. Go have 10.
Can everyone have 10 minutes? Whew. I feel ever so tired now, let me tell you.
Just before the break,
what's happening?
We lost John Kelly, so we are actually working with 52 players.
Wow. Let's do it again. Whew. Let's go. Where are we, says Gary McGaffney. We're still sat in the same place, Gary. We're still in the Vic. Me and Jay are still here. We are honest. We're down to 53.
52. John Kelly busted just before the break, but we will.
You can't change it, can you?
Yeah, I can't.
We're on 52.
Pico out on the floor a minute. He's very busy. But we will get a change as soon as possible.
Nobody yet. Nobody's unloaded the clip. Not yet.
Ludo did with the 4-3 against.
Yes, he did. You missed it.
Yeah, Ludo unloaded the clip.
Missed the big
4-3 of diamonds. Opened the 4-3 of diamonds. It come Jack 6-5, barreled flop, ace on the turn, barreled turn, king on the river, and unloaded the clip with the 4 high, but unfortunately got looked up by two pair.
Team check trap. Thumbs up.
And Danny Pike to start the session finds the Cowboys.
Oi, oi.
Raises to 18.
Danny Pike. Is he with cash player, Danny? Yeah.
I played plenty of cash with Danny.
Okay.
Over the years, Tower.
You dished you. Gets out of the way. Danny Pike shows the Cowboys. Here's the money. Look at that lot. Look at that lot.
And we're already in the 47th to 55th remit, so £2,700 locked up for everyone left in. Already a couple of ladders, little extra 300 quid in everyone's pocket. That's what we're playing for, £185,000 up top. 128k for second. It's not often we see a 6-figure score in second place on a GUKPT, and that should just give you some sort of indication how massive this event has been. 702 entries.
Absolutely.
It's a great effort.
Absolutely. It has been an awesome day. We started, believe it or not, with 230 on day 2. 230.
Georgios in the cut-off here. Lovely one to open. 10-9 suited. Should be raising it up, and does. Makes it 16. Into the big blind of Danny. Danny with the pocket 8s here. Danny happy to just make the call with the 8s. And gets out flopped by the 10-9 suited of Georgios. Georgios flopping 2 pair.
Hobbs Bodkins. Is Guy still in? No, he lost with aces against kings. But he was down to 3,000 chips on the bubble and doubled up because he was on the big blind, and then he quadrupled up the very next time he was all in, but lost with aces against kings.
I wouldn't mind seeing a check here from Georgios Tower. Yeah, really nice from him. Just get put in a terrible spot if we bet and get raised by Danny, who's going to have more Queen X defending out of the big blind than we are. 6 of diamonds on the river, and Georgios here may think about going thin tower, try and get called by some worse 9x. Our 10 is playing, but other than that, maybe doesn't think there's too much else he can get called by. So there's the check behind, and the 10-9 suited is good. 8s for Danny into the muck.
We'll have a book open on Globe Sport tomorrow from 9 AM with the amount of players that are left. There's a £25,000 closer on Monday at 7. There's over 100,000 guaranteed every single week. And they are the massive chip leaders, chip stacks at the break.
Bonham leading the way on 820,000. Ludo up there, Tim Chung, what a name that is as well. Antoine Sowu, Steve Jelinek, Nick Marchington, Chris De Silva, all in the mix. Paul Trotter, who final tabled the event at the start of the year. So plenty of names, Tower. And that's just the chip leaders, that's without all the shorties.
Chris De Silva flying.
Yeah, again, Chris on form.
Looking forward to this final session.
I am as well.
We'll get the sports book, we'll have the name of all the players in a book. 25-25 online day ones and satellites. The Goliath satellites, I'm not sure if they've started yet, but they will be up and running soon. I think they're already going, aren't they, the Goliath satellites? I do think.
Every night.
Every night. Woohoo! I might start qualifying myself. Will be alright if I play. Yeah?
And then what you can do, if you win a few tickets, Tower, when you do the flipping goes,
Yeah.
they'll give you the money, and then you give them the ticket.
Good idea.
There you go.
Good idea.
Danny on the button, 9-6 suited. Can open this one once folded to us.
Has he made millions on Towers treble? Says Oddball. We're close. Well, today we weren't. Today was tough. We could have backed Chelsea. Oh no, we couldn't.
Could have put West. Oh, wait.
Oh no, we couldn't.
Man U lost. Oh no.
We could have backed Southampton. Oh no, we couldn't.
What about what? Oh, no. You missed it, Hodgkins. I had a 5-timer, a 3-to-1 5-timer, and I didn't get one up.
A 3-to-1 5-timer that included a 1 to 16,
And a 2-to-9.
a 2 to 9, a 1 to 8. Shit, a 1 to 2 didn't even win.
Yep.
Oh my days.
Football bets 2-a-T with me. That is. That's how it's always been. How are you doing, Kev? Just chilling, watching the stream and blaring out Fleetwood Mac, he says. Right, after we come back after the break, we've lost a few more, as I mentioned before. John Kelly.
We've only played 2 hands.
John Kelly has gone. Florian Duta has gone. Terry Jordan has gone. GS Lee is out, previous GUKPT champion, which leaves us with 49 players, Tower. 49.
You're just a bearer of bad news. All the time you open your gob, somebody's gone.
Someone's got to do it, haven't they? Someone's got to tell the bad news.
Every time we open it. Oh my days, the rank raising to 20,000. We have 2 levels left tonight, 2 hours of poker. It is autumn.
So Yudhishthar, who was runner-up in our high roller at the grand final last year in November, ended up finishing 2nd, losing heads up to Jamie O'Connor. He's back for more this year and making a run at it in this event. Calls for the Jack Tenner clubs in the hijack. King 9-9 rainbow board.
King 9-9.
Laurent not choosing to continue here. This stuff going to take a free one with the Jack 10. Fires 13 now, Laurent. After flop goes check. And Yudhishthar thinks better of his gut shot, just gets out of the way.
Mehmet's watching in Cyprus.
How are we doing?
Yeah,
You've been on holiday.
I've been on a day.
I know you have, because Mehmet's been watching all day.
Mehmet has been writing there.
He has, he's been watching all day as Mehmet.
Mehmet, he's my fan.
I don't know if he's still watching.
Yeah, Mehmet is my
The Mad
my
Turks,
buddy.
the Mad Turks in the building.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, good.
All good, how are you?
Could have been better.
You can dance,
You can dance.
every time of our lives. The man himself, the Mad Turk in the building. Loving life.
Danny in the hijack with the 6s, raises to 16. And Eli here with the 4s. Expect him to call Tower, but looks like he's actually going to count out some free betting chips here, and I don't mind this at all. Yes, we got no removal from the blocker effect, but we can incorporate at a small frequency some free bets with these smaller pairs some of the time, especially versus a late position open. And we're now going to take the initiative here in a spot where we're drawing to 2 outs with position against Danny. And Danny now with the 6s this deep, can't see him doing anything here at Tower, but just calling for 20k more, 3.5 to 1 on his money. Let's take a flop.
Flop time. 10, 6, 3 is the flop.
And the Mickey Blacks flop in middle set.
The Mickey Blacks are out. Not been out too many times this week, but
Yeah, I think he needs to get back in the lab. So Lee with the 4s here, still going to continue as the free better. He does have the betting lead and is going to continue with some aggression. Fires for 30k. hope to see Danny just call here with the pocket sixes. Yes, there's a flush draw out there, but this is a 3-bet pot. It's not like a whole host of club combinations. We want to keep the bluffs of Ali in our range. He has hands like ace king, ace queen, which are nigh on drawing dead versus our particular hand. And this is a great card from our perspective as Danny, if Ali does have one of those hands, the ace king, ace queen, ace jack type holdings, which we now are going to get some value from. But Ali just checking this one behind with the pocket fours, deuce of diamonds on the river. Now back over to Danny here, who just moves all in for like 1.7x pot here. Massive overbet from Danny with the sixes, hoping that Ali had like an ace king, ace queen type hand that check back turn perhaps, but we can see that the fours in this particular spot are just never calling in a million years.
Folds with Eli in seat number 4. So we're down for 49. 75 made the money, and since the money we've lost 26 players. That's amazing. Just wowzers. Good to see Matt Davenport running deep as well. Seat number 6 from the Manchester area. He's a Liverpool fan, I think, so he's more Liverpool than
plays very well
Manchester.
As well. Every time I see Matt, he's always mixing it up. It's so hard if you're in a pot against him to try and figure out where you're at. He's always mixing it up, which is very difficult to play against. He won't play the same hand in the same way every time. And now, as we talk about him, a bit of fortune with the kings in the cut-off, raises to 60, and Georgia's here got a really nice one to defend. 5-4 suited, happy to defend this one.
Jack, Queen, 5, 2 clubs. Georgius flops a 5, but he's way behind Matt Davenport with the Cowboys. Matt with 182 behind the line.
That fires for 18 into 44 here. And Georgia's not calling here with the bottom pair on this particular board, just letting that one go. And we're down to 45 tower.
You defend with 5-4, you hit a 5. Should it not just be calling one spot?
Yeah, but the thing is, on that particular board, on the Queen Jack board, it's going to be really good for the hands that Matt's going to open. Whereas if we hit a 5 on like a 9-7-5 board tower, he's probably going to pill ones. But on the Queen Jack 5 board, he's less inclined to call because we can't withstand heats of double barrels the times that we don't turn a 5 or a 4. So 4 more gone, guys. In the last 5 minutes, we have lost Stephen Cahoe, Sylvan Loosely, Tina Bandile, and
I've just seen Tina walking downstairs. I didn't realise she'd been eliminated.
And the Mad Turk, as you know, because he did just come into the booth.
Oh, that's why he came into. Oh, I didn't know he'd been eliminated. He didn't tell us that, obviously.
So we are down to 45 players, guys.
Wow, 45. You can dance. You can dance in the time.
James Gill.
What's your best win in the tourney, really? He has a trophy or 2.
Yeah, live best tourney is, I don't even know, I think it's 17. Actually, it's 17.5 twice. Do you know what? I had the exact same live cash twice. When I won the 25-25 Luton, it was 17,000 and change, and then the third in Coventry Mini last year was the exact same 17,000 and change, exact same amount. I have had a 26k score online though, but usually cash game sessions, just the cash game session surpasses my biggest ever tournament score. I don't really play many tournaments, to be honest with you, James. I'm not really the biggest fan of playing them.
He'll sit down at cash, pull up £4 each, and it'll last him 43 hours.
Yeah. I wish it was that easy, Tower.
Chef Brad says he was speaking to Matt a long time at the Mini. I bet he weren't. I bet Matt was listening all the time. Yeah, I bet Matt didn't get a word in.
Joe, he was just nodding. That's all he was doing. He turned off his ears and he was probably just nodding.
Just nod and smile, because that's what Northerners do. We nod and smile.
Yeah, but predominantly cash for me, James. Not really many tournaments. I know I'm doing commentary on the tournaments, but it's all about cash with me.
Luke,
we'll come back to that because we've got a handler in here. Well, Danny should fold. He's open Queen Jack under the gun off of his stack size with the chips. Don't mind it. But as soon as Matt 3-bets us here, Queen Jack off, just going to have to hit the mark unless he wants to get a bit fruity and incorporate a light 4-bet in. And that is the way forward. Agree with the fold from Danny. Yeah, I won't be playing your cash style, Simon. I get barred from everywhere I go. Quintuple up and snap cash out before the river's even dealt. Well, the river gets dealt, he goes, cash me out. Buy-ins day 2, Luke Evans, 43.
Unbelievably, there was 43.
Yeah, we had 187 bag up over the day ones. We had 43 buy-ins today, meaning we had 230 players starting today for day 2. King Queen for a light, raises to 80, and Danny in the big blind won't be folding the deuces.
How many chips has Danny got?
Lots, Tower, 600k.
It says there on the left hand side of his name, 600,000. If you're watching on Facebook Live, he has 600,000. If you watch it on landscape, it's a lot easier to read than it is if you are watching in portrait.
How are we doing, Brooksy? Hope you're well, mate. It's been a long time. Need a catch up soon.
And there we go. Every end of every hand, it tells you how many chips they have.
You got Boovy, Brooksy, you might not know this. Jamie Boovy in seat 1. Blast from the past.
All in for Mike, 122,000. He's going to get called off here because Laurent sat directly to his left has got the ace king off.
And Laurent's going to have to ISO for 26 bigs here,
Tower. Bocce.
So you're asked for a count, but
he has. He said, "What is it?" He said, "It's 122." Mike's all in.
In they go for Laurent.
Yep.
Yes, we do, but hopefully drop us a text or something. We definitely have a drink or something one day. And there it is, there's your in for Laurent.
So does Mike already think, uh-oh?
Well, he's hoping now that Laurent's got like 9s, 10s, jacks, Tower.
Yeah.
Like maybe ace-jack suited in there some of the time, but Mike has shot +1.
So Mike's got ace queen of diamonds. Lorraine Bocci has got the ace king. To double up, Mike needs a queen, running diamonds, flop, happy, see what happens. Chop outs.
Yep.
Chop outs with a deuce.
The deuce, 9 or queen needed to stay alive for Mike. Otherwise we lose another.
It's a 6 clubs.
So Mike finishes in 44th place because before that, on the outer table, Mark Hayes busted, taking home £2,900.
And also
PR.
PR.
PR's gone as well. Another GD. Why are the GDPRs busting next to each other?
I don't know.
So PR's gone as well.
Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit, perfect tower. Peter Rabbit out of the field. And that's going to leave us with 42 guys. So 2 more players and we'll be down to 5 tables of 8.
Wowzers. 42. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. We're on 42.
42.
I agree, Brad, but there's not a lot we can do about it. James moves his last 46 all in. The triangle is under his head. It's in. Matt's going to be calling. The hooks are in.
So Boovy at risk with the jacks. Jamie Boovy. I've never called him James in my life, Tower, but that's obviously
what is he?
Birth name. Jamie. Everyone calls him Jamie.
I'll change it.
Or Boovy. Most people Boovy. So flip situation.
We'll stick Jamie on.
Boovy fading. Kings and queens, clean as you like this flop. Removal to the runners as well, which is nice. Your clubs on the turn, just king or queen to fade, and it's the 5 of spades. Jamie doubles up through Matt Davenport.
Easy game.
So Eli on the button, looks like he's going to open. Cards aren't in the box, so don't know his holding as of yet. There it is, 10-6 of hearts, raises to 18. And Lorenk here, ace king, easy free bet for us versus button open. Just opts to rip it in for 31 blinds effective of Eli. And 10-6 obviously not calling. Lorenk picking that one up.
Evening, Luke, watching on Facey. Come on, Watto. Good to see Stevie Watts.
Yeah.
Really good to see him. He was on the feature, he's now on the outer tables. Keep you updated with what's happening with all the outer tables as well. Won't get much action from the outer tables, but unfortunately eliminations and maybe chip counts in the last 2 levels. That's what we'll do. As we're down to, what are we on, 42?
Yeah, 42.
6 tables still at the minute.
I'm going to ask you, is it me or has today flown by?
Yes.
This has been
Seems to have gone
really quick day.
It
feels
does.
Really quick.
We're on the bubble for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, on the bubble for an hour and a half, and yes, it seems to have, I think, because of just every 5 minutes somebody's been eliminated, every 5 minutes somebody's been eliminated, it's just been one of those.
How are we doing on Twitch, Gremlin? Thanks for tuning in.
How you doing, Sarah? Massive Spurs fan is Sarah. Lives in Teesside. She was at the Christmas do that we did, earning thousands for charity in the CT Law Memorial Trophy charity night that we had.
Ali, Steve Watts is fairly short, I believe.
Yes.
Fairly short stacks.
It was down to about 8 bigs at the last break.
Good evening, Simbot on Twitch as well. Georgia's raising up the 8s over the complete and the small there, taking it down. And is Ben Bond still? That's the first time I've heard that name.
My name is Bond.
Ben Bond.
Ben Bond.
Yeah, Benjamin Bond is still in the
Oi,
mix.
oi. On the Bondy.
Do you want a chip count, Bacon? Give me 20 seconds.
Oi, oi. As if by money, the man's off. Sprinting down the street, he is sprinting. Yeah, Matt Davenport playing very, very, very well indeed.
$135k.
For Mr. Bond.
Mr. Bond has 135k.
135,000 for Mr. Bond.
So fairly short. Gonna need a double.
$108,000. They're in seat order. I like them. Every now and again we'll show you different graphics. That one was seat order. It was indeed, Gremlin. It was a fantastic, fantastic night. Love it. Always love the charity night up in Teesside. Got to be a bit of Sweet Caroline to get the poker players laughing and dancing and cheering about. Raised another 6,000 or so pounds for charity. Class night, class night.
Danny raises ace jack, makes it 18k, and Eli here with 30 big blinds and pocket nines, 31 to be precise. Should be continuing, and looks like just going to call. Like it versus the under the gun open. Up. Lovely one to defend in the big blind, playing 21 big blinds himself. There's the call. And Danny
is for Queen.
Danny flopping best here with the ace jack, and three-way here, happy to fire up, start trying to get value from his hand. The nines of Eli should just get out of the way, but Yudhishthir with one club on board, getting this price, might call once tower. I expect him to, just under 5 to 1 on a call here. We've got middle pair, can still sometimes be good, but lets it go, and fair enough, discipline lay down and good lay down.
Very nice indeed. Has the CAF Cup been confirmed? No, I've not heard anything myself. I know they were thinking about it, talking about it. I've not heard anything regarding the CAF Cup at all, I must admit. To be fair, I've not been in Blackpool Casino too many times. Obviously been very busy with work. Had Christmas with the family, so not done too many days in Blackpool. hoping. The Cav Cup raised over £50,000 for charity. We love the music for the Cav Cup. God bless him. Thanks, Doodlem LFC. Loving the new graphics and the setup. Looks slick. Thank you very much indeed. Ace 10 for Danny. The checks on a King 5 deuce flop. Georgius bets 10. Danny calls. 3 of clubs on the turn. Goes check on the turn. 6 of hearts on the turn. Danny bets 28,000 to get Georges folding. Here's 10 for Danny Pike. Big cash player Danny Pike, 680,000. Last session of the evening is upon us. We're in the money. We're down to 42. Any more eliminations around the room, we'll let you know if they don't happen on the feature. Chris Maguire was out in the money. His short stack got himself in the money. 73rd, Chris Maguire. 73rd. He made a little bit of profit. Last few that were out, we saw Mike on our feature table. Mark Hayes, the Mad Turk, Tina Bandale, all eliminated. The money's now 2,900. James with the Queen 5 folding in C number 1. Yudhishthir, C number 2. 155,000 with the blinds at 4-8. 20 bigs. Everybody else gets out of the way. Nice shoving the cut off with ace 10. Danny, big chip leader on our table, 710,088 big blinds.
Well, that football's on round.
Aces for Georges. Raised in 16.
Good time to come back. Oh, it's not the football, it's the boxing. I heard commentary, I just assumed it was football.
Showing a replay of all your winning bets today. Last session of the day, we're on 42. We're in the money. 75 got paid. Scrolling along the bottom is what they're all playing for, and the amount of runners.
Thanks very much, Bobby Jones, riding with a little party.
The old BJ. Let's have a party.
This is the final session of day 2 of the GUKPT main event, leg 1 here in London, Victoria Casino. And both players flopping a piece here. Matt opening the king 4 on the bottom, doesn't decide to fire his top pair here, checking this one in terms of range, I guess. And this 5 of clubs on the turn. Georges here should be checking tower. It has checked, good to see that. Just because if Matt's got just an airball here, like a random king queen, jack 10 type hand, he's going to represent the wheel. So big fan of the check from Giorgio, but now once Matt checks back, might choose to lead small, and Matt's happy to take his showdown with the 4.
Nice, Andy says. Just getting back into streaming is Bobby James. Going to be streaming 2 or 3 times a week. Awesome. Be tuning in when we can. £25,000 close that is on Monday night, £110 in.
And live stream free roll tomorrow as well, Tal. We haven't really mentioned it much this week.
Yes. Does anybody know the password?
Yes.
Get out. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm not having it.
I know the password to the free roll tomorrow.
Absolutely, my friend. The BJ, look forward to it. Bring your A game.
No Paul Fletcher. Have you told him that Chris is busted? I'll take it. Well, quickly pop to the loop.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Chris is busted. Yeah. Good from Bouvet, just taking the spot versus the button open, shoving the king 10 for effective. What was around 12 big blinds, nice from him, up to 15. Just taking a good shove spot versus the button. That's what I said that football commentary's loud, and I realised it was the boxing.
No, I didn't even 14 years. Yeah, we'll see you for the G400. Look forward to it. Well, this man's trudging through 11 foot of snow at -26.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's the thing. So
it'll be an experience.
Something totally different.
Yeah.
Exactly. Completely out of your comfort zone. You thought Blackpool was cold? 702 entries, prize pool 772,200 and 185,560 pounds up top.
And the rank raising cut off here with the ace-9 suited, and Georgios with the free bet to 45k with the kings. Interesting spot this here. Cut off versus button, and Lorenk here. Don't mind this at all. Peerlin with the ace-9 suited.
Queen Jack 6, 2 spades. Cowboys to Georgios.
Yeah, nice little flop here for us as Georgios. Little bit of backup with the king of spades in there as well. And just going to start firing now, trying to get some value. Can potentially get called by some Queen X and Jack X, as well as spade draws, although it should only really be the few combos of those, ace X of spades, as well as the 10-9 suited type hand. But ace-9 of clubs, can't do anything but fold.
Danny, big chip leader, 710,000. Georgios 388.
And 3 more players gone in the last 10-15 minutes.
Who would that be?
Mark Hawes, Roland Sweeney and Steve Watts, which leaves us with 39 players.
Watto's out. What have you been talking about? Watto in a short stack of 8 bigs.
39 players remaining.
Out for 2.9. That means we have a pay jump.
Yep, 3.1 locked up.
Stevie Watts in 40th, we're down to 39.
So Matt here definitely can come in for a steal with this one. Ace-4 suited. Happily open this, try and pick up big blinds and ante. Need to have these in there as well as our premiums. Don't you see him in the background there, Tao? He's just paid the masseuse. He's in what top left.
That's it. He's got a bit of profit for the weekend. Can we have 20 minutes, please, on the shoulders? John Barber thought that noise in the background was a repeat of the Borough game from last night. I bet that was amazing for all the Borough fans, winning on penalties at Old Trafford. I bet that was amazing. What an atmosphere you guys would have had.
So Danny calling, check flop, and Matt just going to check this behind. 10 of spades here on the river, so the 7 of Danny is the best hand, which is going to be good. Up to 730k, Danny Pike going very nicely.
Tony Sats has also 36 for Sunday. Lorenk up 160, Danny on 128 increase, Eli 104,000 less. We're down to the final 39. Blinds are 4-8, 2 levels to go, including this one.
Yeah, Matt's just going to count his stack, see how many big blinds he's got. Happy to open this one, doesn't need to shove it for 19. 18, sorry. Raises to 60. This is out the way. And Danny with the ace-5 off in the small blind here. Wants to make the call. Out the small versus the under the gun open. Danny and Matt at it again.
Ace 8-2. Flopping best, Danny.
Yeah, but still expect Matt to have plenty of continues here. Tower, it's ace high, it's good for our range. Doesn't need to go too large, like 12, 13k, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's up to 15. So just south of third. And Danny obviously just got a clear call here with the ace-5. 9 of diamonds on the turn, bringing in 2 flush draws. Now Matt, probably going to check this one. Only really going to fold out the 8x in Danny's range that calls flop. Not folding out ace-x, and Danny's not the type to fold a flush draw. And check, and the ace-5 is going to be good.
Tony Tat's been up west for a few drinks and pizza with mates. West of where? Been up west? What? Carlisle? That's west. Blackpool? Manchester? Or the West End in London? Awesome, 7th anniversary, congratulations. John Barber, yeah, the John Law, the CT Law night was absolutely amazing. We've got Sarah in the chat as well, who was also there.
Clock up the top there. We've got 15 minutes left off this level, just under.
Yeah, 13 minutes and counting. Numbers were fantastic for the Omaha. Peterborough. Never been to Peterborough. Eli's all in for his 194. 22 big lines.
Nice. This versus Danny. Danny's button opening range going to be so wide here. Wow, Danny, what are we up to?
What on earth? Twos? Who calls me twos in that spot?
Only Danny Pike Tower. No one else.
Who calls me twos ever in that spot?
Wow. And Eli with a great shove, and he's not been rewarded, but he still might get rewarded with the ace-6, and there's the ace on the flop, and just fading deuces now, or backdoor spades. Surprised to see Danny call that one off, and gonna gift the double up here to Eli. Queen of diamonds on the river, and the ace-6 wins the flip. Danny called it off with the deuces, and down to 583k though. He's not afraid to put his chips in, that man Tower, I can tell you that. Fearless.
Matt on 12 bigs, just under 100,000. Jamie and C1 on 15 bigs. $75 minutes left of the live stream tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world.
So Boovie, after his double up, he's been fairly quiet, but chooses to open the 8-7 of clubs off of 15 big blinds. Looks like it's going to be raise and take, because Bominda shouldn't be defending the Queen 4, and Boovie going to pick up blinds and ante. I know, Jake, I know, it's mad, ain't it? Danny and Boovie on the same table.
Amazing. And Egypt is watching. Awesome. And a great announced by Egypt. It's been a bit cold over there, hasn't it? No, Turkey and Greece have had snow, amazingly. Amazingly, they've had snow.
back-to-back 8-7 of clubs for Mr. Movie.
1 in a gazillion chance.
And this time it doesn't open it. 1 in a gazillion, Tower.
Well, no.
Where'd you pull them odds from?
I'm just going to say out of my head.
It's 1,250 to 1.
That's what I said.
Around that, give or take, yeah. 50 times 25. A gazillion to 1.
It's pretty impressive to get 8-7 clubs back to back. The same person. When we go to Goliath, are we going to see Sean Hayden?
What is it?
Entertaining the troops.
I heard he disappeared.
Boom. I'm here all week. We better do. He's the man.
He was a new man in 2019, wasn't he? He was all fresh, he didn't have the
Yeah.
long hair, he had the beard going on.
He's got the woman, he's got the new lady and everything going on. He's all loved up and everything. He's loving life. Living the dream now. Top lad Sean Hayden, hope we do see him at Goliath. 9 degrees over in Egypt. So not too bad at all. Here he comes, the fruit shoot 4. Part of the fruit shoot 4 is here.
That here raises to 18k, and Barminda with the Cowboys, 3 betting to 50. And Delay just can't continue faced with this heat. Boovie now going to get the water for everyone.
Oh no, two for himself.
Well, no, he offered one too. I think it was Matt that said no, or someone said no. I think it was Matt. I think Matt's already got some behind him.
Is James Madison playing the Goliath this year? We don't know. It depends. It'll probably be part of the Premier League week, won't it? Because we're a bit later this year. We're in the last week of August, first week in September, so the Premier League will have started because it shuts down for 6 weeks in November because of that silly thing they call the World Cup. If he's there, he's there. If he ain't, it'll be because of footballing duties.
With this stuff, Ace Jack and clubs under the gun here. Don't need to shove this for 20 bigs tower. We can definitely just open this one.
Hey, just think we get to Goliath and Coventry in Prem, and that weekend they're playing Tottenham.
I'll have to get the day off.
A football match does not take a day.
Oh yeah, well not a day, I'll have 2 hours off. I'll have a session off, we'll get someone in. Folds round to Boovie, Jamie, sorry. I'm used to calling him Boovie. Jamie in the big
Shorts
line.
that could be in.
Yep.
Shorty against Shorty.
Yep, this is in Tower. This is in for Jamie. Ace Queen working with 15 bigs. Blinds are going up shortly. Face with an open. Should just be a shove here out of the big blind. It is an under the gun open, yes, but this hand is just going to perform too well as a shove, and I'm glad to see Jamie take the spot.
Yeah.
And lift this up. Ask for a count.
I think it's a call. Stack sizes.
There's 15 big blinds, we've got 2 invested, but we've got to think about the hands Jamie's going to rip here, Tower. Has he got ace 10 versus under the gun? He's probably got ace 10 versus MP, LP and obviously small blind, but against under the gun, ace 10 might veer more towards defend. So if we call here to use this stuff, basically hoping to see a hand like 7s, 8s, 9s or 10s, which probably would shove those hands in that particular spot. But this is so marginal, Tower.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be player dependent. Maybe call against some opponents and fold against the rest. If it's someone that is going to have lighter reshoves, probably call. If it's someone that's only going to have like the ace queen, ace king, 10s plus, probably get out of the way. Like if this was a competent tournament regular, like say this was someone like Jack, Barcastle on the big, like I'd be in with the ace jack of clubs because he's going to be shoving the exact right range. And then against tighter opponents, might be veering more towards folding. So right on the line here for Yudhishthira, taking his time and rightly so, because this is a really tough decision, and effectively it's for nearly all his stack. It's going to leave him with 2 big blinds if he makes this call and he's incorrect.
Do you make the call, ladies and gentlemen, with the ace jack? It's on the line, as Jay says. His answer was no.
Very good fold from Yudhishthira there. Very, very good laydown, sir.
Hey Eugene, if it's Matthew, as in Matthew Davenport, Matt Davenport, who sat there in seat number 6, his chip stack will come up on the telly. His chip stack will be up on the screen. There we go. Matt, 97,000 in seat number 6. If that's the Matt we're on about.
And believe it or not, Tower,
Yes.
it's slowed down because since Steve Watts, we haven't lost anyone.
Oi, oi. We're on 39. And I've been for a while.
Ace nine of hearts of Danny opens under the gun. Raise to 16. And Matt with the same hand +2 here. And taking this spot versus Danny. Saw Danny peel the ace-5 off in the small blind. Seen him open a lot. So happy to take this one with the ace-9 of spades. And if Danny's calling deuces, he's going to be calling this one for 11 bigs, I expect, Tower. If he called the deuces for 20 bigs, I expect him to call the ace-9 suited here for 11 bigs.
I think he is.
Oh, he's going to fold. He's going to fold. That man
Was that because he lost with the twos?
Maybe. He doesn't want to take another hit. He was up to 750k. Maybe he's thinking, I don't want another hit to my stack. I can just take the hit with these 2 bigs rather than getting it in versus Matt. Well, obviously it is a fold. It's the right fold. But Danny's very unpredictable, Tower. He's a very unpredictable player. So lie here with the King Jack of Spades, lovely one to open under the gun. Raise to 18. And Lorenk here with a6 of spades in the hijack keys, getting out of the way. Booby not coming in on the bottom with a 9-7. And Yudhishthira here, aces in the small, working with 15 bigs here. 1 minute left on the clock before the blinds go up. But I'd love to see him flat tower, but he's probably... Yes! Yes, he is! Love it! Love it from Yudhishthira. I'm a big fan of this, especially gun versus small blind. We just look so strong when we rip versus the gun open. I'm just really big fan of this from Yudhishthira. I wouldn't have got called in either spot. And now taking the risk to try and get maximum. It's check through on the flop. 10 of hearts on the turn. But aces check once more, Tower, and we're going to induce this from Danny here in the big blind. So Yudhishthira playing this hand to perfection so far to get the maximum. Danny firing for 18k, and Eli pulls out the float with King Jack on 10-10-6 deuce. No draw, and Yudhishthira calls as well.
We can see the check mark.
Yeah, but he might be a bit wary, Tower, here. Danny can possibly have 10x and ace on the river. He won't be worried now, though. River in the boat, and now he's praying that Danny's got a 10.
Oh, this is checking round. It's very unfortunate. He can't believe it. He just turned over the boots. Ah, well played, sir.
Yep, he's played it perfectly, Tower. He's got the maximum he could get in that particular hand. Checking the river as well, he wouldn't have got called leading. He's literally played it to perfection, the aces there. He's got the pure maximum he could have got in that hand. If he shoved free, it wouldn't have got through. He's managed to get the bet and the call. The extra 36k to his stack that he wouldn't have got if he did opt to just shove free. Actually, it's natural. Actually 46k because Danny's defending the big blind. So an extra 46k is going there. Simply from playing them slow.
Nice one, Yudhishthir. Well done indeed.
Regular viewers of the stream will know.
We could well be on the last level now.
Yeah, we are. Final level, 5k, 10k, 10k running ante.
We are on 5-10, the last level of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
And we lost 2 more. 2 gone in 2 minutes.
What's that?
2 players gone in 2 minutes.
You just said we've not lost anybody.
I've obviously booked it, haven't I? Gary Spinks and Stephen Woodhead exit the field, taking home £3,100 each, which leaves us with 37 players.
Well done, Gary. Well done, Gary. Hey, Christine, watching on Facebook. Yeah. You can definitely, well, we know quad 10s was the nuts, but you check the end on the flop, waiting to induce a bet coming in. If you're last to act with the pure nuts, then you're not supposed to. But it was first to act. It was hoping somebody was going to come in with another bet and get even more value. It was absolutely perfect, to be fair. And he got as much out of it as possible. Danny turns the flush, but Georgius has outs with the ace of diamonds. So Danny will stick in a bet. Only about half pot size, 65k maybe. Well, that's chunky.
Yeah, it goes big.
That is chunky, that's pot size.
Yeah, it is. Pot size bet from Danny. And George's here got no option but to fold with this particular hand. If Danny went small, maybe at a small frequency. Actually, probably not against this opponent. I think against Danny, maybe not. But against some opponents, we may choose to raise this hand. It's a really good bluff hand. Ace of diamonds in there, 10 in there, removal from straight and flushes. 10-7 less likely. Jack 10 less likely, flushes less likely, and we block the nuts as well. But he's still actually thinking about this George's Tower. He's not thinking about hero in here. He's thinking about going beast mode and just potentially ripping this in with the nut diamond blocker, trying to represent a flush himself. But Danny's sitting with it. And I think these sort of river bluff raises, you need to be doing them versus the right opponents that are capable of folding monsters. And Danny not getting action there with his flush. Would have loved the call, but unfortunately Georgius didn't have anything to call him with. How are we doing, Christy?
Yeah, watching on Facey. Oops, there's a glass gone somewhere. So we're on 37. Stephen Woodhead. Stephen Woodhead. $230 started today. 230. And we're down to 37. An amazing day, an amazing tournament, an amazing prize pool. And tomorrow the final 4 or 5 tables will be on the sportsbook with a chance of a little flutter. Yep.
pretty standard for Boovie here. 16 bigs, ace 9 suited in the hijack, fine to put this one in, and a lie here with a decision to make tower. Pocket 7, 16 big blind shove in from Boovie. Boovie should have some deuces in here through sixes, as well as maybe some suited real aces. So there are some hands we can have in a dominated spot here as a lie. Like sevens here. First is the hijack shove from Boovie. Wouldn't be surprised if he called and lies in, and Boovie off to the races.
There we go.
A lie with the sevens, just saw Matt knock the 7-6 off. So going to be drawing thin if Jamie does find an ace or 9.
Here we go. King, 9, queen. We're surviving at the minute.
Yeah, just fading at sevens now for Jamie. And that story the same on the river. There was no runners on this board other than running chop. 7 to fade for the double. 3 of diamonds. Boovie doubles up again. Come to the table as the shorty. He's up to 340k. Great session for him so far. Just like that. Up to 34 bigs.
Last level of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in all day long. It has been fascinating. Loved it.
Do you want to do the final tee run of the night? You fancy it?
Final tee run? Aye, why not?
Why not?
What would you want?
Just a tee for me, please. Just a tee. I haven't got the clearance to go back there where Tower goes and gets the tees, unfortunately. He's been on the tee runs all weekend. I'll have to make it up to him in Coventry. Cheers, Leeson. Glad you've enjoyed the stream. We've got an hour left today, and it's been a fantastic day. Started with 230. We're now down to 37. It's been a fun watch. We've had some great hands, good action, notable players as well throughout the day on the feature table. Some big names still left in. What an event. Biggest GUKPT ever. 702 entries. What a turnout. Cut of open here from Danny, and if I'm Barminder, I'm certainly shoving the king queen here versus Danny's open in the big for our 20 bigs, but chose to defend instead, and it's going to work perfectly because he's flopped top pair decent kicker, and Danny's got middle pair nut kicker here, so going to get some chips going our way. Danny fires for 20, and Barminder here just rips it all in for 186. Sorry, 170. Leaves himself 16 behind. And Danny here, we do beat some 10-7, some 7-6, some Jack-10. I'm guessing those might be in there, but Danny shows him the ace-9 and folds.
That's it, not playing with you no more.
No, I just keep it simple because we'll make another bounce. Just keep it simple.
None of that shit.
No, I have to suck on pair. I have to suck on pair.
Tables and blinds in the tower, going to be level 400,000, big blind 2,500, and big blind entry 2,500. That's 1,49525 in the double.
There he is with the tees.
See you boys here.
Thank you very much. Glad you've enjoyed the coverage today, Sean. Been a good day's watch. Enjoy your night's sleep, Leeson. Up at work at 6.
It has been awesome. We have loved it.
So big names left in. 3 November Niners. Antoine Lebet, Anton Saou, as well as Nick Marchington. Bav Katri winning 888 for 120 bag last week. Krista Silva, runner-up in our higher roller. Colin Gillen still in. Ludo is still in the mix. And Tim Chung is firing on as well. So Jamie now got some chips. And it raises to 22, and Matt here, 10 big blinds with the ladies. Only one thing going. Here's one thing going to happen here. He's going to move all in. Yes, Ali Cully is out.
Cully is. Matt's in. No action. No action. No action. No action for Matt. It shows the ladies. How do we bet on players tomorrow, says Alfred Packer. Grosvenor Sport tomorrow morning at 9 AM at Grosvenor Sport in the UK. There will be, open the app or open the web page, find Grosvenor Sport, click on the left hand side on the icon when it's home, scroll down to where it says poker, and the GUKPT will be one of the icons where you can click on, and however many players are left, you can have a little bit of a flutter to have a bet on the players that are remaining.
So Matt in the hijack, 10-7 of hearts. Raises off of his 15 big blind stack. And Lorenk here on the button, working with 24 bigs. Maybe a bit wary, Matt opening off of this stack size tower, maybe less inclined to continue in this hand, but might be thinking about potentially free bet ripping this for 24 bigs, you never know. Chooses to 3-bet for 60k, which is interesting because if Matt shoves, we have to call off. We can see Matt's not going to shove, but if Matt did shove, we would have had to call that one off as Lorenk there with the King Jack for another 60 odd K more, 70k more. I guess the thought process maybe was he was thinking about Matt's opening range rather than Matt's shoving range. Perhaps if Matt's got ace king, ace queen or 15 bigs, he's just probably going to rip in. If he's got a pair, he's probably just going to rip in. So maybe Laurent weighed up the option of he's either weighted towards a hand that we can get to fold, or he's more weighted towards the nutted hands that may not elect to just shove in the 15 blinds like the queens, kings and aces. So he may have just free bet to perhaps preserve some chips. If Matt did shove and might have folded, if that's the way you thought about the hand. When you got like these 15, 16 big blind stacks, you're going to have hands that you shove, hands that you still might open. This 9-3 of diamonds is suited, and we are getting 4.5 to 1, but still think this is a bit too on the loose side to be peeling this stage of the day as this up.
Last hour of the day, as you can see there, 45 minutes and counting. So the final 45 minutes been absolutely outstanding. Loved every minute.
This is the deal in the main event after the hand in progress. Please pause the deal. That's all we need to the deals after the hand in progress. Please pause the deal.
A6 for Barminder, 35,000 to goal. He's got 236 behind the line. Jamie, 3 bets to 55. Barminder,
Love it.
just can't do it.
Love it, Boovie.
His stack size says he can't do it.
Just pressuring there. That's the stack size that we can attack at this stage now. Like the 25 big blind remit, like put them in that limbo area, out of position, whether to 4-bet rip or fold. Very difficult to start peeling out of position off of that particular stack depth. And Boovie choosing a really nice candidate to come in with a 3-bet bluff with Jack 9 suited. Nice little play from him. Ace 9 suited for Barminder. Limps in under the gun +1 here after this 23 bigs.
Not aces again, is it?
Well, Elia here just got an easy shove now over the limp from Barminder. He's all in for 16 bigs. I doubt Barminder's calling this one tower. Ace 9 here.
Won't be calling again, he thinks he's getting picked up. Does get out of the way. Jonathan Scott watching on Facebook. Nice wee spin from a 5-er to the 25-25 seat for next week at the Maybury. Oi oi! Well done, Jonathan Scott. Oh, Aberdour. Yes, we are. Jonathan Scott, that is the plan. We were talking about this earlier on this afternoon on the chat that we think we'll make a plan between us, me and Jay. We will make a plan. Oh, stick it on. Go on, you can reach.
Yeah.
We will. We'll make a plan, and what we will do, and what we're thinking of doing is because it's May, and the sun's going to be shining, and it's going to be red hot in Edinburgh. Aberdour is going to be what we'll stick the clubs in the car, and you could see us for more days in Edinburgh before we start streaming Edinburgh GUKPT. So we will be in touch. Keep watching the stream. Me and this lad will make plans, and fingers crossed we'll have a few knocks around the Scotland area, because I think me and Jay are quite excited about it.
Boovie can happily 3-bet get this in. versus this 20 big blind stack, but Barminder's going to peel here with the King Queen out of position, working with 1.2 SPR. Out flops the Jacks of Booby on the Ace Queen Deuce board. And in terms of range, Booby should be continuing small here. Tower doesn't need to go large. Nice small bet, what I'd like to see. And he does, fires 25k. And Barminder makes the call. And the turn is the 10 of clubs, so both players picking up gut shots. The Jacks of Booby needing to hit on the river, and Barminder just rips it in now on this 10 of clubs turn. And Jamie just snap folds, know he's behind, and gets shown the King Queen.
Thanks, Jonathan. We'll definitely be in touch. It's a great gesture from yourself. Jamie plus 213,000 this session. Barminder plus 133, as you can see, all in green.
It's usually that's usually his cash game stats, Tower.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. No, I'll check actually.
What's that?
I haven't seen him actually today.
What was that?
Josh Bolton. He is in.
Josh Bolton's still in.
Josh Bolton is still in. Badgery.
Nice one. Yeah, nice one, Jonathan. We'll definitely make a plan, and it's a lovely gesture from yourself. We will be in touch. DM, both of us, keep in touch. We've got plenty going on between now and then regarding live streams as well, so I'm sure we'll always see you in the chat, and we'll make it a date.
Barney's still in the mix, hasn't been eliminated. Not sure how he's getting on. Captain Chaos.
How's Barney doing? Is that what you just answered? 137, as you can see in the top right. Yeah, that's quieting down a little bit. It's been frantic all day.
Georgios opening under the gun, raises to 20. Queen 10 of hearts. And Yudhishthira could potentially take this one, Tower, but maybe a bit wary about the under the gun open, and is a lie in the cut-off. King Jack of hearts here. 80% of a royal between them. Can't see a lie ever folding here, and he's happy to call off of his 18 big blind stack and take a flop in position. Barminder not getting involved in the small blind, that's for sure. A7 off has to be hitting the muck, or should be hitting the muck. Need to start using the word should more often. And Lorenk, good price on his money. 4-3 off, 6.5 to 1 on a call. Could potentially see him flick this in for 10k more, Tower. And there is the call.
Ace horse on the flop for a spread around Royal.
King 4 deuce, 2 spade board, live flopping best here, flopping top here. And it's checked over to him now, so should be firing. May size up because it's 3 ways, something like 30, 40k, Tower. Size I wouldn't mind seeing here. That is what he opts for, 30. 40% pot from a light. And Lorenk has caught middle pair here. Backdoor straight might potentially peel once getting this price, 3 to 1 with his money. However, we may not get to see all 5 cards, because with a live stack size he may be inclined to shove turns with a pot size bet, and shows him the 4, Georgios, and the King Jack takes it down with the best of it.
It has been an amazing day. Half an hour or so to go. About 40 minutes, we reckon. Till the end of the night. Till thunder neat. Till thunder neat. 40 minutes.
Lie here, A7 of hearts in the hijack. Raises to 20. And the rank 25 big blinds facing hijack open, pocket fives here in the small. Could potentially rip this one if he wanted to, Tower. Happy to just flat and take a flop out of position. That's going to bring Georgios in. He's got a lovely one to defend getting this price. Queen 9 of clubs, in he comes.
Flop time. King 8 deuce, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, it's a complete whiff for the whole field here, but Eli going to be favourite to take this one, Tower, assuming it's going to be playing in flow. Check to him. This is a board he wants to have lots of bets on, being the opener. King 8 deuce, really good for our perceived opening range, and that should be that. That's one of the reasons why we can shove the fives as well off of between that 20-25 big blind remit versus a late position open. Like when we do flat out position, we have the chance of getting bluffed off of our hand on flops like that, whereas a lot of the time we are just going to get the shove through versus the LP open. They're going to be opening more hands that will fold, and then they're going to be opening more hands that can call, if that makes sense. I'm fine, thank you, Tower. I'm fine.
Just over half an hour to go till the end of the day. 230 started today, 230, the biggest day 2 ever. And we're down to 37, as you can see. No, they are actually Jakeman's Throat and Chesty Soothing Menthol Sweets. That's what they are. And they work wonders.
Yudista, 16 bigs, ace 10 of hearts, in it goes. Boovie, 9-6 of spades into the muck. Yudista getting that one through.
Eli with a Jack Queen raises to 20 under the gun +1. Make the Mad Turk cash, but he's not in anymore.
Eli continuing, just quick fold from Yudista. I must say, I love how quick this table is playing. I love quick poker, just quick decisions, just keeps the flow of the game.
Yeah. Can you tell us where the Turk finished?
Yep, the Mad Turk finished in 46th place for £2,900, Mick.
Nice one. Thank you very much. Ben Teague's in the background.
Yeah, I've just spoke to him actually. I come out and said, where have you been?
I know, he just turned up for the table. Where is he? Good old Ben. He was in the chat earlier this week, wasn't he?
Yes.
Weren't too sure if he was going to play the main. This session for the players, as you can see there, Eli down 130, Matt down 112, Jamie big advantage, 213,000.
Come in as a short stack on the table. Come in as a short stack. Yeah, fantastic session for Jamie. And we're going to say bye to a player because we are balancing, and that is because we have lost 2 players, Tower. We have lost 2 players, Martin Frey and Gary Whitehead, finishing 36th and 37th respectively, both taking home £3,100, which means we're left with 35. And someone at the start of the day said, I reckon that there'll be 35 left today.
I can't believe I said that. 35. Is that you by any chance? Yes, thought it might have been. Thought you might have remembered that one.
It's we've still got like half hour plus the remaining hands to play.
Matt's all in. Danny's called with a Jack 10. Matt Davenport's got a chance of doubling up.
I think Danny's shoved, Tower. I think he might have seen Danny shove.
Yeah, small blind, big blind.
Yeah.
You saw an ace.
Yeah, well that's...
Needs to fade a queen now.
Yeah, just fading queens.
That'll do. One more. Matt's still in.
Under the gun, ace 3 suited, raises to 20. And Danny's been fairly quiet, other than that all in from blind on blind versus Matt for the last half hour or so. He's getting involved with the ace queen here versus the open from Lorenk.
Here's queen for Danny, 665 flop. Checks all the way around.
Yeah, ace queen still out in front here. Like Barminder here in the big blind. Could potentially come in for a little lead here. Try and take it down. Take a stab. Being this board good for our range. Jack of clubs on the river. And the ace queen, if this does get to showdown, is going to take it. But Lorenk has other ideas here. Bets 18. And Danny with ace queen high, gonna call it off correctly.
Playing well, Danny boy. Playing well.
Right, final dealer change of
Oi,
the
oi.
day.
Adrian's in the building. Adrian. So 35 players are left in the mix.
30 minutes or so, well, probably just under half hour to go today, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for the end of day roundup. We will have the chip counts, and I'll also do my tip for the end of the day for the day 3 book tomorrow as well. I'll throw in a couple of tips for you, players that I fancy depending on price.
So there's 20,000. Georgius in C number 9 with the 4s under the gun, and it's a winner.
Jamie under the gun, King Jack off.
How long ago is it since we balanced the tables by moving C4? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Matt Davenport just turned to his right and he went, where's he gone?
We will have the tournament chip counts at the end of the day ideally. We usually get them at the end of each session, but as this is the last session of day 2, there'll be a full roundup. All the players that have bagged for day 3 coming back tomorrow. Jamie flopping best here, flopping top pair on the King Queen 5. Incoming continue from him. And going to get some action from Barminda. Danny should be passing the 7s. Five diamonds on the turn. Now chopping with other King X's Boothie, and just sets Barminda all in here with the King Jack, knowing that there shouldn't really ever be any 5x on the button unless it's specifically Ace 5 of Spades Tower, so one combo. So just setting him in, taking it down, up to 360.
All right.
Oh, another
We
deal.
thought, Adrian, this may be the final night that we see Katie, you see.
Oh,
it's a goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a swan song as she goes off to Australia. Good day, mate. That was it. Adrian gets settled in.
Look at his face. He's like,
Now where am I going?
now what do I do?
Now what do I do? Katie is on the way to Australia. She's been absolutely brilliant on the tour. Well, and Kyle, they decided to try it out down in Sydney and do tournaments just like Will and Lauren did. good luck to Katie. I think she'll be getting tomorrow, to be fair.
Maybe not on the feature though, you don't know.
No, that's true.
As it is the final day. With this start, 7-8 suited under the gun at 15 big blinds into the mark. So Lorraine here. Oh wow.
Rolling in the call straight away, says Katie. Ace Jack. Drawing deed. Well, the old Queen 7.
Yeah, I'm guessing it went button open and Boovie just ripped the in tower, thinking that the rank's just going to be opening so wide on the button and he's going to get it through so often.
That's what happened. That's what happened. So moving down to 185.
So Lorraine in the cut-off with the pocket eights.
Do we think the wine's flowing behind
Yeah,
this?
I think it is, Tower. Mel Simpson, Fraser McIntyre, Katie's there. I think Ben Teague's joining the party now.
You can tell the Scottish won at the rugby earlier, can't you? They won something for once. That was it. The partying at the bar.
So Lorraine's just got these chips, Tower.
Yeah.
And this time it's Jamie's turn to find the ace jack. Shoving over the open and
They're
Lorraine
going to swap them
makes
back
the
again.
call. And Jamie now at risk. This time he has the ace jack. And literally, that's what would happen. They literally could swap the chips back, Tower.
Yep.
Keeping them warm. But could be losing one.
Jamie now needs to flop well.
And flop well he does. Now spades working as well as aces and jacks. So ace, jack or spade needed for Jamie to survive. And it's the three of spades on the river. Boovie gets the double. They exchange the chips back.
We get them, we give them back. Kept them warm for one hand. Jamie says I lent them to you for one hand.
Is that what he said?
Brilliant. It's Kelly's birthday because it's midnight.
I thought it was Simon's birthday today.
Kelly's birthday because it's midnight and then it's a birthday again tomorrow.
I know, it's unbelievable.
When you wake
isn't
up.
it? Unbelievable. Oh, the bar is rammed tonight. Saturday night here at the Vic, as expected, and Yadista here by non-blind. Gonna induce here from Danny, completing with the Ace King, trying to induce from Danny Pike, and Danny doesn't take the bait. Snap checks the Queen Deuce. The Ace King flopping best on the Ace 10-9 rainbow board, and Yadista now gonna start firing. And Danny with Queen Deuce can't seem to do much here, Tower, but just let this one go. Payouts coming across the bottom of the screen, Turk157 on Twitch. He's always watching, Simon, always. Can't say anything, can you? He's always watching.
Taking players and dealers in the main event after the hand in progress, please pause the deal. That's all. Main event players and dealers after the hand in progress.
Barminda, pocket fives off of 20 bigs under the gun. Happy to open from the looks of things. Makes it 25. And the delay, Phil, is 30 minutes. We are on a 30-minute delay. We get the pictures fed through to us on that delay, then me and Tower commentate on the delay live, so we can interact with all you guys in the chat box. We don't know what's going on out there in the field. But stay tuned, because we've got about 15 minutes left, and there will be the end of day roundup. Chip counts of all the players that made it through, as well as maybe a little tip or two for day 3 bets tomorrow, because it's going to be a big day 3 fill, probably the biggest we've ever seen. So clock has been paused, so we're just going to draw for the number of hands left to play today, 4, 5 or 6. And Mike's come over, deal. How many was it, Tower?
4. Just announced it. Literally, when you said that, he went 4 more hands.
4 more hands. So this is 1 of 4. Button is on Danny now. So Button's going to finish on, I believe, Lorenk. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Jamie finds Ace King. And Barminda, Queen Jack here. Off of 21 bigs. Defence.
8, 10, 6.
Oh, Boovie gets a lovely flop, flopping nut flush draw and 2 overs. Going to get some action as well, because Barminda should be check call in this spot here, Tower, with the Queen Jack. Not going to be going anywhere here with our 2 overs and gut shot. Happy to call. Good to see. And turn.
10 of spades on the turn. Pairs the board.
Boovie here. Probably expects Barminda to check rip some 10x Tower.
So 9 of diamonds.
Oh! How'd you do that?
Well, he gives the straight and he gives the flush.
Wow! How'd you do that, Tower?
I'm back again tomorrow, folks. I'm back again tomorrow.
That is a dirty river card, and Barminda here. If Jamie goes small size in Tower, Barminda could go broke, because he might choose to shove. But if Jamie goes large, well, there's a snap shove.
Yeah.
Is it in? It's in.
It's in.
It's in.
There's no way that Jamie's thinking he's got a boat. He could do. He could have 10-9. But he's going to have to make the call. Tap the table if he's wrong. He has the straight, and we have the nut flush.
So we lose Barminda, and Boovie's up to 620k now. Jamie up to 620 with the ace, king of diamonds, cold river card there, 9 of diamonds, sending Barminder home. He
to be fair, we've not caught one all week.
35th, yeah, that is the first one. We're due one actually to call in. 35th for £3,100, and that means we're down to 34 players, and Jamie now well above average.
Wow.
Real contender to go deep in this one tomorrow. We've got 3 more hands to play today.
Oh man. No, Barminder was out in 35th, which makes it 34. 35th for £3,100. This is 2 of. Is this 2 of 4?
Yep, this is 2
or
of
had we
4.
already started dealing? Not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 2
I'll
of 4.
listen to Katie at the next start of the next hand. I think this is 2 of 4.
Jamie opening the ace-9 now. We are 6-handed, so can open a lot wider, and we are back end of the day as well, and players perhaps thinking about that bag and maybe playing a little bit tighter here. And Laurent's just going to check the spot here, tower. We've got an easy shot now as Laurent faced with his c-bet after we've got top pair, and Jamie not one to take time unnecessarily, and should see a quick fold from him. After a little bit of speech. So 2 more hands to go today, everyone. 2 more hands, and then that will be it for the day. Biggest ever day 2 we've had. We got there, tower. Biggest ever day 2, 230 entries started today. We've lost nearly 200 from the field.
230 we started with, 43 day 2 binds. 43. I'm pretty confident in saying that'll never be beat.
I think that's a fair statement, Tower. Jamie, pocket 3s under the gun. And 6-handed, going to be opening here once again. Georgios in the big blind here, 28 bigs, not going to be going anywhere with the ace-10 of clubs. He's happily making the defend, heads up.
This is the second last time.
Yeah, flop a king, queen, 6-2 diamonds. Georgios with the gut shot. Jamie going to continue here with the best of it. Board good for his range. Opening under the gun. Fires for 20. And Georgios does have equity to the nuts here in the form of an offsuit jack. And getting this prize 4-1. Be surprised if he let this one go, but he does let it go. And that is going to take us into the final hand, Tower.
The final hand of the day, ladies and gentlemen. The final hand of the night. The final hand of the biggest day 2. 230 down to, at this moment in time, 34. Wow. Just wow. Danny Pike's had enough. Get me to that bar, he says.
I don't think he don't drink, Danny, believe it or not. I don't think I've never seen Danny
Get
drink.
me to that bar for tea.
I don't think I've ever seen Danny drink.
Difficult with aces. Do I play poker myself? Not very often. Used to play a lot, recreational. Loved a bit of banter, and but not very often, to be fair. I might flick it in every now and again. There'll be a few 25-25s coming up, and deep stacks that we might flick into this year.
So Yudhishthir and Danny lock in their bag, both fold out of the way. Matt in the cut-off here, off of 17 big blinds, going to open last hand of the day with the ace-4. And it looks like Lorenk with a decision here on the button. Lorenk with 20 bigs and ace-8 here. Could potentially take this as a shove spot, Tower. It's not out of the realms of possibility. Especially against Matt Davenport as well, who can be opening a whole host here in the cut-off. But last hand, that's probably what's deterring Lorenk here from shoving. Might take this spot if it's a different part of the day, and there's a quick fold.
Late one tomorrow, says Mark Pinnington.
Yeah, very late one, Mark.
Sleeping bags have already been ordered from Argos downstairs.
And Boovie might just set Matt in here, Tower. I'd love to see it from Jamie. He might not take the spot, but we'd like to see him just set Matt in here versus cut off open with Matt's particular stack size, 17 bigs effective. Can definitely rip the king queen there.
Jack 7, 2 minutes to go. Option on Matt with his 152,015 bigs. That might do it. Indeed it does.
Indeed it
That has done it. Amazing day. Look at that. Who's chip leader, ladies and gentlemen? Look at that.
The two at the top, Ludo and Tim Chung. They're going to be neck and neck in the betting for sure, Tower.
Josh Bolton, Chris De Silva, Barney Boatman, Martin Zadenaya, Danny Pike, Steve Jelinek champion, Chun Law, Nick Margington. Mum's going to be watching on the birthday. Dan Sampson. By heck.
33 remaining. That is because we lost Jitan Chauhan. Last hand of the day. Jitan busting. So 33 players left tomorrow, guys. We're back in the club from 12:30. I'm just going to run you through a couple of bets that you may fancy tomorrow. If you go all the way down to Antoine Sahou at the bottom there, he's only going to have 12-13 bigs. But if that man gets a double, he's probably going to be right back in it. He is used to big tournaments with big money, and if he gets a double, if he's like 25-33s, have a little bet on him, because if he gets that double early on, he could make a run at this. Antoine Lebet in there as well, probably going to be a good bet with 260k, but I can't look past the two at the top, which are going to probably be the shortest price. Ludo and Tim Chung are definitely favourites to win this one tomorrow, Tower.
I thought you were going to give us another Jay's treble.
No.
I was going to cut you right off then.
Concentrate on things I know now. Yeah, no more football.
On Grosvenor Sport tomorrow, as he just said, get yourself on, have a little flutter, not too much. Gamble responsible, have a little flutter, watch the live stream, and you never know, you might just pick up a couple of quid with your favourite player lifting the trophy, whatever time that might be. It won't be before 7 p.m.
It won't be before midnight either. So it's going to be a long day tomorrow, so strap in, get yourself ready. I'm looking forward to it. Towers
I've already picked the winner.
Towers
I'll tell you in the morning.
And he's going to tell us in the morning. But that's it, we've done it. Biggest ever day too, we got there.
Enjoying it. Thanks to the team in the background as always. It has been amazing. Shall we do it all again tomorrow from 12:30?
All again tomorrow from 12:30. Thanks for watching, everyone. We are back tomorrow from 12:30. We will see you then.
We'll see you then.
Good night.